Yes, I am reviewing this object shared with me for a Boolean problem. I tested and I have the same issue. If I'm trying to create a Boolean with this, I'll get this non-manifold problem. I can say that I did find what the issue is. First of all, I'm going to position this to the center of the scene because I'm going to soon create new objects so I can rotate around the center. Now I'm going to actually delete, inverse select, delete all of the objects, look just at one object, and I want to show what the problem here is. So if you see over here, two things. First off, you can see this is only connecting over here with one edge, and over here there's no volume actually connecting. This is one edge. So if I'm going to, you see over here this edge over here, it's hard actually to see such small objects. I actually tried before just to show you as a tip that you can adjust the speed over here. The default is 1. You can make it as low as 0.1 and start zooming in slower if you need to do something like this. So if you see over here, this edge is actually just an edge connection, but the problem is even more that this is actually not connected. You can see I can start disconnecting them. I actually found this as a consequence when I wanted to connect them, delete these faces and use fill polygon. And fill polygon would just do it the way it was before. It wasn't fixing it. So I realized there's an issue over here. So I tried geometry clean just to show you. Remove duplicates. And if I do remove duplicates, you can see it removed 6 vertices. So these were not connected. Now once it removed 6 vertices, I can go and delete these faces over here. And it doesn't matter the order. I can delete first and then use geometry clean. Doesn't matter. But the main thing is that after I used remove duplicates, geometry clean will detect the way it's supposed to be filled and close this. So now, sorry, now this is manifold. Before that, before removing duplicates, geometry clean would just reconnect it the way it was because it couldn't make up this polygon because these polygons were vertices were actually duplicated. Now you can still make this hole over here if you really want to have this hole. You can kind of inset this. Let's say if inset the minimum is 0.1, so this may be, if you use inset method, may be a problem, but you can use any other tool to make it better. I'm just going to use now inset. Made a copy of it, and we're going to add thickness to it, mirror thickness, so it adds it on both sides, so it sticks out on both sides. And I'm going to use Boolean to cut out this piece over here, so we can make back a hole, but now the connection is actually a lot better. It has some geometry details over here. I mean, some volume that is built in, not just an edge. And obviously it doesn't have to be so small. You can, play with this itself over here. Now I'm going to reproduce this and using the pivot option, I'm going to make 2 copies, and we get same thing. We get 6 pieces over here. Do we have the same? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I think that's how it was. And now let's see if the Boolean is working. And voila, this is actually working. So the problem is solved. So yeah, so basically this was the issue. If I'm looking back face, I was thinking originally, I spent some time looking here and just going to show you with the camera settings that so I can zoom in. It's hard to zoom in. Oops. That there's a lot of just very tiny faces, just a single face intersecting multiple objects. So I was thinking there's some issue with limitations how it is, but it turns out actually this is not the problem. The geometry, this can handle it well. Same thing over here. There was a lot of faces that is kind of just overlapping over here, but actually Boolean did a good job in combining them. I'm actually surprised. I thought will have to be fixed because in some cases, overlapping faces, these are essentially just overlapping, maybe issues. But yeah, this is working. It was just a manifold issue. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Thank you.